Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. It's great to have you here for another episode of Inman InStudio. I'm Lauren Walker. I'm Senior Director of Strategy here at Inman. And recently, there was some very exciting news out of CINC about AI. And so we wanted to sit down with CEO Alvaro Erize to talk about AI and what that really means. Alvaro, thank you for taking time out of your day to chat with us.
Not at all, Lauren. Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I am delighted to be here.
Great. We're thrilled to have you because this is a topic. I think AI is something that everybody thinks they know about, especially thanks to Terminator, right? But I want to make sure that our audience has a full understanding that when you say artificial intelligence, this is what you mean. And then even more so, this is what it means in real estate. So can you kind of take us through that?
Absolutely. And I think, of course, it's a word that gets used a lot.
Yes.
And it can mean different things. I'd say in our industry, artificial intelligence usually stands for a chatbot that goes ahead and starts asking questions to your consumers, to your leads of what are they looking for, and any information they can gather from those consumers to then give it to the agent.
Right.
I think that what we've created is really different than that. That's why we say it's authentic intelligence and not artificial intelligence, because what we've done is we've created this as a bionic extension of the agent. What we've built into it is the ability to not just ask what questions and establish transactional relationships with the consumers, but rather go deep, as an agent knows how to do, into asking why questions and trying to establish trust and real human relationships and the beginning of that human relationship that then will be picked up by the agent.
So this is really interesting. We're talking about technology here, a really, really innovative technology platform, but you're using words like human and trust and bionic. These are not words that people associate with AI. How are you making that connection?
Well, I go by our clients, and our clients, if you think what differentiates between a good agent and mediocre agent is anyone can go and ask what people want and try to find them a match. That's easy to do.
Right.
The true role of the agent, and the reason that the agent is never going away, is because the agent is the trusted advisor of the consumer. It's not about, it used to be whether you can find someone at home. It's not about that anymore. People look for homes on their own. What it is you need to understand why they're making the decisions that they're making so that you can be an integral part of their process and you can be that quarterback of the system, of their whole buying experience. And so for us, if we build a machine that replaces the human in trying to gather transactional information, then we're setting the bar at the mediocre agent level.
Yes.
And our good agents would never accept that. They wouldn't use it. That's why AI hasn't had the reaction in this industry that it should have had. And so what we've done is we've said, no, what would it take? That's why we've been working on this for over 2 years. It's what would it take for this piece of technology to really do what good agents do? And it won't be able to do it all, but can it establish the beginnings of those of that trusted relationship so that the agent can pick up from that? And that requires a couple of different things. On one hand, it requires different scripts. It requires scripts. In our case, that were built by our conversion specialists who have been training people at online lead generation conversion for the last 6 years, like John Marone, like Doug Lugers, and that makes them very different from the industry. But the other thing we've done is we've required this intelligence to not just use the information that is provided by the consumer verbally, but all of the information that the consumer is providing with their actions, because they're using our site, and an integrated site should be using that information in interacting with the consumer. What time of day do they like to be interacted with? What is their preferred medium of conversation? What kind of properties they actually like? They might be telling you one thing, but like they might be saying that their limit is 350, but if they've been looking at houses between 375 and 425 for the last 2 weeks, then you know that might not be the real thing.
Mm.
And so it's taking all of that information and it's mimicking those initial steps of understanding the why of the consumer, and then it's feeding that into a conversation with the consumer through text that then the agent can incorporate himself or herself into when they think it's the right spot.
So you mentioned you've been working on this for 2 years. What was the incentive? What was the catalyst that set this off, that made CINC and the product team realize, okay, this is the direction we need to go?
So what we've learned through time after 10 years in this industry is that our clients today, when you're at the top of the food chain, you cannot be chasing every shiny object.
Right.
Because the stakes are too high. Smaller companies can do that and they can try to surprise. We need to know that when we deliver something, it means money. It means absolute return on investment for our clients and return on investment of their time.
Yeah.
And so for us, in 2018, or what we consider was a transformational year for CINC, is because we rebuilt our consumer experience completely. We turned it from a website that was, like most of our competitors, mainly thought of to just capture leads, into a website that now is a portal that is meant to engage, to retain, and to gather information from the leads. And that's how we changed to be a competitor of Zillow and Redfin rather than our direct competitors. But that also had, and I don't know if unwanted, but a result that we didn't expect to that level. Our lead generation got so good, our cost per lead got so cheap for the same quality, that basically our agents today are getting double the amount of leads that they were getting 2 years ago. And that sounds awesome, and it is.
It sure does.
Well, it also resulted in a lot of burnt out clients and a lot of overwhelmed clients. And if you think of this industry where it used to be everyone is a realtor and they were all in a level playing field and you always went for your uncle around, but with technology and reviews and people becoming more demanding on what they expect, today business is aggregating itself on the best agents. And so the agents, when we talk bionic, the agents need to be able to multiply themselves.
Right.
And they cannot be replaced by a computer. They need one that just makes them better and makes them reach more. So with that, when we had that effect of 2018, which was felt in 2019, that was when the impact hit of all the improvements we have done, we had to react, and we were already thinking and working on different improvements for our system on conversion and on time management for the agent. But 2019 was burning every ounce of oil we had in absolutely having a transformational effect there, because we had our clients being overwhelmed. And so we did speed to lead, we did the revolutionized dialer, we did behavioral texting, but we still needed something that allowed you to handle double the leads with the same amount of effort. It needed to be something that was not a downgrade from what you were doing before.
Sure.
That's why we've been investing so much time, and we didn't want to release CINC AI, until we felt it was at that level, because we couldn't compromise.
So you did mention scripts.
Yes.
And scripts are nothing new. The scripts have been around for a long time. Can you talk a little bit about how these scripts are different?
Absolutely. So for me, the first thing, and it's very important, is a system that is giving responses and it's taking in inputs from different sources needs to be very, very robust.
Yes.
And most of these systems have a logic tree with a couple of branches, and they try to limit that on purpose. They try to guide people into 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 paths so that they have a response that gets them what they want.
Right.
Which is okay for that what answer. When you want to start asking why questions, then the number of branches multiplies itself, and it's exponential.
Sure.
Which requires an immense amount of work on it. Luckily, at CINC, we've had our CINC Live training team has been dedicated to training our clients. We hold events we used to hold, now we do them, but virtually, events with 50 or 100 clients, where we do call marathons between our platform owners, so what they do with their agents, and we have them being trained live into online conversion? How is that cold call? Everyone thinks they know it, but when you're there and you're doing it next to 50 other people, and you have someone that has been running those sessions for the past 4 years, and they run 3 a month, and it's that level of knowledge. We wanted, what I asked my team, what I asked Lance, Doug, John is, guys, I want your brains in this intelligence. And we honestly, we've spent countless hours on it. And it's, I believe for all of our clients, if you like our conversion classes, if you believe in what we preach, then this is it. This is it in a box.
So there's a big feedback loop built into CINC. You're constantly checking in with your users.
Yep.
What's working, what isn't working, what are you seeing? What are some of those conversations like?
So we have a very vocal client base, and I know my product guys love and hate our Facebook group. It's an awesome place. We also, we're very hands-on in our relationship with our clients. Again, COVID has altered a little bit of this, but not only we host a summit every year with 500 clients, that's great. We do masterminds with 30 or two groups of 30 clients. So every time we do a mastermind, I am interacting with 60 clients direct. My product team is Now, those masterminds are not meant for feedback for us. They're meant for them to learn from each other, but it is a wealth of knowledge for us. So we have our normal discovery process that goes on all year long by our product team. Then we have our 3-4 mastermind groups a year where we're seeing live the effects of what we're building. We're interacting directly with 30 to 60 clients, and all of that gets built into our next iteration. And it is at the core, I think, of what we do.
Well, speaking of the core, I keep hearing this intersection of technology and humanity emerge, when it comes to the platform of this, deeply, deeply innovative platform, but it's enabling these relationships. You guys are a tech company, but you're driven by people. It's kind of, we mentioned this when we talked before, it's this kind of combination of the head and the heart.
Indeed. It's hard for us to say it, but we do believe we're a company with a heart, and we do think that our approach to the interaction with our clients is more hands-on than it. I don't know of any company that is running 4 masterminds a year with 60 clients in each, and those are like, we're doing one next week. It's a week long. So for me, for a lot of us, it's a drain of the time, but it is invaluable, and it's so easy to lose touch. It's so easy to just get lost in the next product and what we're building, and forgetting to go back and say, hey, what if you can have the best product in the world, and if people are not using it, it's worth 0. And for us, usage is king. It's all about not just building the best product, but building the product that our clients need. If we don't think this will mean money for you, it might be snazzy, it might mean marketing for us, it might give us a headline on some cool publication, we don't do it. We go only, my question to my product managers is, how will our clients either make more money or save time through us releasing this? And if the answer is not concrete and evident, then we're not going to do it. We can explore, and our clients keep us very honest with that. We're very grateful at the candidness and the level of involvement that our clients give.
What's interesting about that is I feel like you can pull the focus back 30,000 feet, and for the agents watching right now, take a lesson from that whatever tools they're going to look at, whatever they're going to add to their tech stack, if it does not result in more business and a better experience for their customers, for their clients, it's not worth it.
I would 100%, and it sounds obvious, it's not.
It's not.
So easy, and it happens to me in our company. It's so easy to get distracted. It's so easy to say, this is really cool. I like how it works. It's fun for me. I want to do it. And it can be very dangerous. And the truth is, at a certain level, top professional agents, where every decision is the difference between making an extra $10,000 a month or not in the business, then those decisions need to be done very realistically. You need to be able to measure results, and you need to be able to place your bets in where the money is going to come back to.
Well, so that brings us back to the cool factor of AI. What myth do you want to bust about AI that our viewers might be having right now, that you want to make sure they understand what you mean?
Well, I don't know if it's a myth, but I'll say this. AI will not make you a better agent. It will not. If we've done our job right, it won't make you a worse agent either. Now, what it will make you is your level of agent with more people. And so it still requires that human relationship, that non-transactional attitude will require your philosophy of a business and your training of your agents, which is irreplaceable, right? And anyone that says, oh, I'll just set up CINC AI and then that's solved, I don't need to worry about conversion, is not going to see the results that they expect. It doesn't even replace really the ISA. We can discuss, that's a longer conversation, how to best use it, but not even that. What it is it will allow you to deal with double the leads, and hopefully, if we've done our job right, without decreasing the level of service that you give each of those leads. And if you can do that, then the ROI is undeniable.
So authentic intelligence is what you want people to take away from.
Yes, it is. And it is your intelligence. So it's as good as, or as not good as what you put into it after the fact.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. Thank you for talking us through that. I really appreciate your time.
Lauren, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this, and it's always cool to talk product. So look forward to whenever you want.
We're doing it again. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Alvaro.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.